Of course, I needed to hit the little button to say go live. Oh my gosh. I'm such a hot mess right now. It has been a day of days of days of days. Okay. Now we're good to go. Hello, Connie. Hi, Lydia. Okay. Back in 25. Okay. Hello, Church Nellie. How are you? Are you in church listening? For those that are not familiar, that's how she got her name. Oh, goodness. You're just getting out of your coffin and you're sleepy? Ooh, okay. Don't wear yourself out too much during this day. Hi, Rosa, Anna. Let's see. 1, 2, Kay, how are you? Fancy, fancy. Did everybody sleep in? Did everybody have a good day? Hello, Valerie, how are you? Hello, how are you? Welcome. You all were in here early. I just love that. Y'all were getting it situated and ready. Hey, Pillar Focus, how are you? Hopefully you're good. Oh, yeah, I had been looking for the notification for the podcast. I don't know, maybe it'll be later. I know Michelle's in a completely different time zone than the East Coast, and hopefully everything is okay. But just keep sending your prayers to them. We do miss them when they don't have their podcast. But hi, Easy Relaxation. How are you? Hello, Carolyn. How are you? Happy Halloween. Blessed Samhain to everyone out there. Well, let me just turn down the tunes just a little bit. So, just going through. This is an easygoing. Hi. Yeah, I hope nobody has a hangover. Now, if I was in my 20s, yeah, probably would have. Probably would have, but I'm much beyond that point now. In fact, I was in getting my third cup of tea. There was a delivery from Sam's Club. I'm running around trying to get the puppy situated. Yeah, it's been crazy. And then I run in here. I'm like, oh, it's time. And then I forgot to hit the button, but I do hope I'm not talking to myself and you all can hear me. Hey, Mrs. S. How are you? No, not that I know. And I didn't see a notification, and I had been watching to see one. Even before I scheduled this one, I didn't want to like crash into them because, they do have 1+ hours. Usually it used to be 4 hours was a minimum for them, but yeah. Yes, happy Dia de los Muertos. I hope I had said that correctly, but Day of the Dead. Now, is it officially on the second when that is celebrated, Anna? Because I was going to make that my Talk Tuesday. I've got my thumbnail already and everything, so I still might. So hopefully I'm fancy, fancy hi. I don't know if I said hi. I'm seeing everybody skipping into the chat. Uh-oh. Ooh, that's not good. Well, you'll just have to reset them, that's all. Hopefully, you'll be able to locate them and get it all back, and all will be good. Hello, Carol Coaching Corner. How are you? Hopefully you are well. I hope everything is okay on their end, but you know, Tina usually is the one that drives the engine, so to speak. So it could have been just a little bit much with Michelle just trying to do it all. And it is a lot when if any of you ever become content creators and you start doing lives, you'll understand. I used to be like, what? But yeah, there's a lot with StreamYard, if you use StreamYard and just trying to go through the chat and it's not an automatic, so you have to kind of click through each one. And yeah, it's just so much, so much. But, and you all know, oh, I bet it was nice and warm. Because it's cool. Well, it's cool here on the East Coast. So this morning, I think it was probably 40s. Yeah, this is like January weather. So, but the heat was working, and that's all that we can hope for, you know. Hi, Swoop Like Me. How are you? I hope you are well. Saw you had a couple of lives last night while I was snoozing. But I did see them this morning, and thanks for joining. Hopefully, you are doing well out there. Uh, and don't get distracted by the silly chat on the road there. Swoop Like Me has a great channel. You can check her out. Cookies and Cream, my manager. Sylvia, hello. I just saw your name. I'm so busy yapping. I don't want to skip past people, so I just want to. I bet it is. But you know, I'm gonna give you a little hint. Get a Tempur-Pedic mattress and get it shaped for your, and then your back will love you in the morning. Okay, there, Anna. All right, there we go. Oh, good. Ah, Lord of mercy. Hi. Happy Halloween back to you. Uh, and see the chat just skipped on me. So now I have to scroll back up, try to find where it is. There we go, because I don't want to miss anybody. Mary, how are you? No, I'm not hungover, by the way, just for that question. No, 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 not me. Tired, yes. Hello, Rashputi Family Vlog. How are you? Hello, hello. Let's see. Ooh. Don't interfere with the Sussex Squad podcast. Ooh, they should know that by now, huh? Mine is out of town, so it's all good. But I was making sure everybody was situated prior to that and still running around, as you can see. Hi, Apollonia. How are you? Hey, Nova Real Show. How you doing? Oh, yes. It's okay if you're popping in and out. It's like a ghost. Boop, boop, you know. We're good. Mrs. S, I thought the same. Love that name, Apollonia. Hmm. Okay. I thought so. I was just like, um, so it's October 30th to the 1st. Oh, that's cool. It's very cool. Well, I do have some representation, as you saw on the thumbnail, so we must. It's in my name, my screen name. North Carolina, that's the state I'm in currently. Let's see. No, it's a new age, Mary. New age. They can handle the sunlight. She might have blackened curtains too. You never know. So, just saying. You never ever know. Hey, Kenneth. Afternoon to you. Happy Halloween. Blessed Samhain. Yeah. Hey, CC. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Ooh, I've reached the bottom of the chat so far, so far. So, oop. And then there were two more hellos. Okay, so what I'm going to do quickly is that I'm going to try and have a little fun. I'm going to just turn down this just a little bit, just a little bit. And so I wanted to, there's a lot made about Halloween. And so I wanted to kind of go through, the meaning of, as they say, All Hallows Eve, and thus became Halloween. And just what it all means. There's also the All Saints Day on the Christian calendar. See, a lot of Christian pagan intertwining happens on a lot of the holidays, and just kind of interesting to me. That's all. And so I did find that, and it is, although it's spelled Samhain, Samhain, and I've heard it pronounced other ways, but yeah, Samhain. So I just wanted to have a little, and there you go. The pronunciation. If you hear it, it's not something crazy spooky. I do like this representation, but if you've seen where there's bonfires, and you see this in other traditions and cultures and etc., that a lot of people will celebrate with bonfires and just giving reverence back to, if you want to say, ancestors, your loved ones that have passed, etc. So that's what that's all about. So, and I never did get a picture of myself in my hat here. I'm going to try to do a quick selfie and then upload it. I didn't even put the costumes on the dogs. This is so ridiculous. You buy stuff and then it's like, why me? I just have to laugh. Why me? This time it's a fail for this year. I'll get one of myself and then I'll post it later on my community tab. No way I can do all that right now. But I just wanted to hang out with you folks for a little bit. Let me come up some. I do have a couple of trivia questions, of course. It's just a little something to have fun, but I'll get to them in a little bit. I'm going to stretch it out. Oh my. We'll just leave it at that. What happened last night stays in last night, even though I'm seeing it now. I'm good. I'm good. You? Hello there. TWT TV. How are you? Good channel to check out. I'm good. I hope you were well also. What time is it there, by the way? Rasputi Family Vlog. What time is it in what time zone are you in? Hopefully you don't hear me too loudly with my tea. It's kind of hot, but Anna, you are exception. Yes, I hope the squad is doing good. The Sussex squad. Everybody's well, I do hope. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, my 20s. I had fun. This was, Halloween was one of the many nights, you go out and party. hmm As there's a TV show, those were the days. There you go. Those were the days. So I'm glad I scheduled this early enough so that way I don't interfere with any of your plans, especially if you have children and you're going to be taking them out. Or, of course, some of you have probably already lived this day, but when I think about it, it could be evening time already. So if you even do Halloween, I didn't buy any candy, but hey, Kenneth, I don't know if I said hi to you already. I might have. But yeah, I just, oh yeah, and I just go through all this. Hey, Cece. See, I had to find my spot again in this chat. It's easy to lose yourself in the chat. Oh, look at that. That sounds like a pretty color. Wow. Sounds really nice. Curry color. Ooh, look at that. She went down that list. Hello, Shalisa's Journal. How are you? Welcome. Oh, we're just having an easygoing little chat here. Nothing major. Ah. What did you all do for All Saints Day? I would be curious. Oh, lost my place again. Okay, here we go. There's so many holidays usually that just kind of cross into each other, but yeah, we should remember our loved ones, and it's nice that there are some cultures or traditions or even spiritual um, belief systems that specifically remember their loved ones that have passed. You always, a person's energy doesn't just leave in a sense. You always hear that, like, people would tell me, oh, your mom is still around you. Yes. And so therefore I have to remember her, my grandmother, my grandfather, all of those. So I believe that. Hey there, Beverly. How are you? Yeah. I think it's the specific days set aside, although we should remember them every day. But then there's special offerings that are sometime given. Some people, their favorite meals are made and all that stuff. And I know some people will think that it's strange or bizarre, whatever it is, but you do what, especially if it's part of your culture. And that's how you were raised, or if you're new to certain traditions, you learn that not everything is bad and evil and all. It's different, but then it's also wonderful when you look at the meaning behind it. So, hello there, Snooty. How are you? All right. So, anyway, are you all up for some just a little trivia? I just thought it was cute, and it's only a few questions. Excuse me, and just to break up the monotony. And I guess I'll say this here that you'll be seeing posts coming up on my community tab, and I think during the premieres or lives if they have them. So myself, calmless, spotless, calm, and easy relaxation soothe will be doing next Saturday like a chat raid. So I'll be kicking it off with a live. So I'll be doing the Sussex Saturday, and from there we're going to bounce. Hopefully everybody in the chat bounces to Spotless Calm. She'll have a premiere, and then all of us from there will bounce over to um, Easy Relaxation Soothe. So we're going to be doing some raids, and it's a way of expanding their channels, exposing for those that may not necessarily go out and visit their channel, but also hopefully you'll subscribe, and they do have some really good relaxation music and the visuals that go along with it. Sometimes I get lost in watching the visual while I'm working. Yeah. Hi, Marva. How are you? Welcome. I'm up here going, oh, that's nice. Yeah, see, stuff like that. A special mass. It was a non-denominational church that I belonged to when I was younger that had a special service that it didn't fall around this time of year from my understanding, but it was a service specifically for those who had passed on already and remembering them, and they would have communion and all that. So I'm guessing it was hot, huh? There, Mrs. S. Oh, I grew up just like that. Didn't dare go to sleep in service. I used to get mad because my cousins could go to sleep and there was nothing to happen to them. But if my head even nodded, because I would sit with my grandmother. My mother sat in the choir, but the choir faced out to the congregation, and she would have her eyes pierced on me. I laugh about it. It's just one of those memories. And then when me and my cousins get together, oh my gosh, do we laugh. Some of the stuff our families, woo. The last thing you wanted, like my grandmother would, if she felt my head, she would take her, you know how you take your arm and your shoulder and you just kind of nudge the person off. Yeah. Hey there, Hilda. How are you? How you doing? Uh-oh. I like how you're saying earthlings. I think your brother's silent chat or live is still going. And that's sweet. That's sweet, Sylvia. I'll be lighting a candle and all later and saying a prayer. Giving thanks. That's the main thing. Giving thanks. Yes, there you go, Pat. Beverly. I think a lot of us, when we talk, that's why it's like if people from different backgrounds would just sit and have a conversation, you find out that you have a lot in common along the way, somehow, some way. But yeah, there you go. There's certain movies. So that's something I'll talk about before I even get into that. Let me get through the list because I want to see. I saw, hey, Information Man, how are you? Welcome. Check out his channel if you haven't already. Oh, that's good. I hope you all. I love the community tab. I'm so glad that I was able to. I had the subs and was able to get that community tab because those that have smaller channels or don't have the number of subs that YouTube says that you should have 500 or more because they just opened it up to those under 1,000. So I try my best to share. I'm sure I overshare, but I like sharing. Hey there, Modest Moon Gazer. How are you? Welcome. Ah. Hi, my friend. How are you? I think it's saying. I just know bien at the end. My Spanish is rusty. Rusty, rusty. I keep losing my spot. Okay, so it's not necessarily a Halloween movie, but I will tell you that I love it for several different reasons. But Beautiful Things, love that movie. And I think of it, hey, Gathering Within. Now, you all need some affirmations and really to take a few minutes out of your day and just kind of recenter yourself. The Gathering Within is that channel for you also. Oh, is that who was supposed to be on with her? Yeah, she would kept it going. We probably would still be on there, but were you an adult when you fell asleep or were you a child? I mean, there's a difference. There's a difference. I've even chuckled because as an adult, I've one or two times when I went back into the Baptist church and one of the choir members, their cell phone rang during service. And then the pastor was like, if that's not Jesus calling, I don't know why. First of all, why is your phone on? But if that's not Jesus, do not sit here and try to answer it. Lost it. I laughed. Of course, you don't want to laugh, but you can't help but laugh at that moment, right? Hey, DPS, how are you? Another good channel there. A lot of good content creators in here. So cool. Oh, yeah. Well, I had cousins that got away with sleeping. So, but their grandparents probably were my age at the time when I think about it, so I can't even say they were old. But they just let them do whatever. Hi, Alice. How are you? Welcome. Oh my. Oh my. My dad had his breakfast, but I haven't had anything yet this morning. So we have hardwood floors, so I dry mopped the floors, basically with the dust sweeper, and then jumped in the tub and been running around. Yeah, it's crazy. You're too funny. Well, if you're not used to that, especially as a child, yeah, it would be something that would freak you out. Now, I attended my mother's church and there was a little baby. I would give that the child was no more than 2 or 3 and could play the tambourine like nobody's business. And I was more because the child was on the other side of my husband. And I was so busy looking at the child because I just was like, wow. And then the child caught the spirit. Okay, I was done. I was done at that moment. I was like, I had to get it together not to bust out laughing. But I've seen children fall out, like shout and then fall out. And I'm talking under the age of 4. And I would just, yeah. Some things you hit you, but they're so cute. And then it shows you that they are watching the adults, and therefore, depending on what you're doing, they will imitate. So yeah, little babies. Well, then I don't feel so bad, Carolyn. I was trying to read. I can get through a couple of words, and I really would love to do better and be able to be more fluent. I was not trying to get see, my parents, the community was old school, so we got beatings, and I wasn't trying to have no public beating because they didn't care. Usually you're in church with family and relatives anyway. Yeah, no, that was not happening. You know, it's rare. I think as you got older, you would get a dressing down, so to speak, or yelled at. Nobody wants that either. So, what? Oh, now see, that's funny. That person, she wasn't at the right one. You know, when them ushers, yeah, have little pinch. Yeah, pinches can get you. What you said that's darn near dinner? Mm, it's just a lunch. Yeah, I have to figure out what I'm gonna do for lunch. By the way, actually, it's to hear a phone ring now is pretty funny because it's like you don't think to either turn it off or make sure it's on vibrate. And I'm so paranoid that it would not be on vibrate. That one time you think you've turned it down, and then here comes your notifications, and here comes yeah. So one turn it off is the best bet. Depending on your business or whatever, you know, that's what beepers are for. Going old school. Uh, oh, they didn't get going correctly. It depends on what type of Baptist. Now, the ones that I attended, the music even before the sermon, so that they get you going, and yeah, just depended. Now, if you really, I'm so bad today. I don't know why, but Anna, you could have just, if your eyes popped open and you saw somebody looking, you could have just went like, "Amen." They might have left you. They might have left you alone, thinking, "Oh, you know, she's praying." Mm, what? See, yeah, that's that community that I was talking about. Yeah, there was no skipping for me. Now, when I would go to my godfather, who was a pastor, different town, and if we went to Sunday school, then we got out of going to church. So yeah, you just got up that extra. You got up early and made sure you were ready and go to Sunday school, and then he didn't mind if you didn't go to service. So then you had time alone in the house and just chill. It was good. It's something when you think of the different traditions and such. Oh, I'll tell you. I wish I had my phone with me to even take a picture of it. So I came out of my bedroom and the door to the laundry room was closed but not tightly. And then I hear it opening behind me. And I turned to say, "Is that the door?" And I looked and I could see it opening. hmm I didn't curse. I didn't get scared. I just said, "Not here, not today." You know, especially if I didn't invite you in. That's how I handled that. And then I went up and closed the door tightly. Now, if I go around the corner again and see that it's open, hey, all right, you want to come in big and bad, be my guest. Hey, Vesper, how are you? You know, I don't know. Some would pinch, some wouldn't, but it's because they didn't have anything. They couldn't really, you know, if you got beatings or spankings, I'll say spankings because beatings does sound harsh, but spankings were harsh. So yeah, the pinching got their point across. And you would sit up straight and you'd be like, okay, okay, okay. And I appreciate you popping in and out like a ghost. Woo, for today. It's lovely. When you hear this tune later on, you're going to think of this chat. Okay, let me stop. Wow. Okay. Claude. Whew, whew. That sounds bad. Oh my. All right, just going through, going through, going through. Ooh, that's bad. That's what I said, Vesper. My mother would be sitting in the choir stand and her eyes would be piercing me. Like if I moved, if I even, my eyes even rolled. Because you know when you're sleeping, your eyes start rolling. Yeah. It was Struggle Nation during services a lot of times. So there you go. There you go. I don't judge. If you go, you go. Don't judge me that I don't. Um, I know it's been somewhat of a struggle with my dad because that's one of those memories he has. So usually he's up and on a Sunday he's dressed and it's like, sir, there's COVID. No, no service. Sorry. And why am I laughing? But I'm laughing because of, yeah, that's that code name. But yeah, we did survive. And I had said that if I had children that I wouldn't do the same. Um, especially, married at mid 40s, darn near. And if I had children at that point, yeah, I wasn't going to be doing that. But yeah, I don't know. There's a point. And some children, and I would see some of my cousins get beatings and a half, and then they were like, they just did it anyway. They didn't care. It is what it is. Yeah, we could have. We could have. I remember being young enough. I was in elementary school when I don't know what the heck happened or that I did and went to school, but I know I had whelps. I mean, it just was something you think of, and nowadays parents. But I know that my mom loved me. That's how she was raised. Oh, okay, modest. We did survive, that's for sure, this generation. You know, Anna, when the way you say that, you can close your eyes. I mean, I don't know about sleep, but yeah, you are receiving, maybe not in church, but you're receiving the download, so to speak. If you truly believe in the connection and God, spirit, that type of thing. Yeah. But, as an adult, if you would go to sleep, yeah, it would be like, pop open and just be like, oh. And I do hope I'm not offending anybody, but I just want to have a easygoing day and appreciate you all for joining. Well, I do put if he's up early enough and out of the room because I don't technically want to disturb him if he's still asleep. But if he's out early enough, I'll tell him, hey, you can find Charles Stanley on this channel. And if he doesn't remember by the time he gets to his room, I'll put it on for him. and then let them watch. So, yeah. Oh, wow. See, I'm one, you better come invited. Otherwise, you got to go. You got to go. You got to go. You got to go. Um, yeah, you would just have to go. But it was just, I chuckled because it could have just been me walking by the door because when you come out of my bedroom and you just turn quickly but I kind of made the laugh like, okay, no, we're not having, especially once I had gotten past good and the door was still open and the hinges creak. It was just perfect. If I could have recorded that, yeah, you all would have been like, oh, she's got somebody back. Nope, nope, nope. It did it on its own. So there you go, Anna. You are too funny. You are too funny. Okay. I done got so caught up in the chat. What was I going to do? Hmm. Let me see uploaded, if I uploaded this. I might not have. Darn, I thought I had saved that. So let me see. I got an error on some of my. I thought this morning was kind of foggy out, and I absolutely loved the look of, and I'm going to see because I may not have, oh, that's probably why. Ah, ha, ha, ha. These are just my silly moment things. But I wanted to show you what the morning looked like and just how it fit into the perfect. So this was, yeah, there you go. You're smelling yourself. They had some sayings, didn't they, back then? But, they were right. But it was, us just growing into ourselves, being the individual that we are. So this was like, isn't that a cool? I'm like, I keep my phone with me even when I take the dogs out early in the morning, but I thought this was so cool and fitting for like a Halloween morning. It's like, ooh. But especially when you couldn't, now the sun's out and it's a beautiful, beautiful day. I had taken another picture, but it wouldn't go through on email, so 'tis life. Not going to fight with it. Now I'll do the disclaimer. Yes, these shirts are wrinkled, but 'tis life. This is one of the ones that I break out this time of year. I wore this one yesterday, so Witch and Famous, get it? I think it's cute, so I happened to purchase that. And here is the other one, which I like how they did this acronym. Women in Total Charge here, yes. And so I just had to have these. But I just wanted to show a little bit of the witchy attire, as I like to call it, which is just for fun. All right, so I'm going to jump into some trivia. Let me just check the chat really quickly. Make sure, okay. Let me come back over. Okay. So First question. What medieval English tradition inspired trick-or-treating? And if you haven't hit the thumbs up, please hit the thumbs up. Thank you. Anybody got any guesses? Yes, those are t-shirts, Mrs. S. Vesper's like, pass. Anybody else? Anybody else? No, no, no? Okay. I give. Here you go. It kind of is sad, and I've seen other answers, so to speak, or this question asked different ways and different answers. And then one is like people would come and knock on the door and basically threaten to curse you if you didn't give them food. So it's like, okay. So that's that answer. Different type of Jeopardy music, but okay. Oh my goodness. It's just something different to do. Just to have a little fun. All right, ready for trivia number 2, question 2. Now this one everybody should get. What is the most common Halloween song? And not common as in like that's like the first one that you would think of when it comes to Halloween. That's how I'll put it. So when it says common, that's what you would. Come on, everybody, come on. What's the most common Halloween song? Modest Moon Gazer, yes. Don't be Googling now. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No. Yes, Thriller. And I would play that, but I know I would be gone. This channel would be whoop, gone. So we stick to copyright free music. Thank you very much. But yeah, Thriller. Now you and oh, a couple of you yes. So it is Thriller. Monster Mash is on there, but it wasn't like the number one. So it's called the Mash. Just a Monster Mash. We've all aged ourselves because I don't even know if the kids nowadays you would keep your door double locked, no answering the door. Exactly. That was a movement. Let me tell you, that video, yeah, Thriller. That was something back then. And what's mumming? Do educate. What's mumming? Is it similar to caroling? Vesper. Doing the Googles. You all are doing your Googles. Yes, it it really was. Oh my gosh. There you go. Hands to the left, hands to the right. Oh, and then of course you have to stand and do the feet. Probably could imitate. I mean, 'cause I'm sure we've all seen that more than 5 times. So yes, I'm sure we could do each of those steps. I think my favorite out of just the whole thing, that video, of course, At the end is the laugh because no one could laugh. Scary laugh. See, I can't even do it. But yeah, that was the best. All right. Here's the next question. Let me hide the go through. Which famous magician actually died on Halloween? This should be somewhat easy, I'm thinking. Aha. There you go, Vesper. Your Googles was quick. Yes, Vincent Price. Yeah. I wonder if I could play just that snippet. No, I'm not even going to try. Ah, yes, Houdini. I guess which famous musician probably gave it away? Like, do we not even have? Oh, really? Here, I'll give it to you. Do, 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 do. It was Houdini, which is kind of wild. And I don't think that it wasn't like he was doing an act and tragically died that day, but yeah, it was his time. It was his time. Oh, okay. I tell you, gone are those days. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Okay. Yes, we are, and we're going to be thankful for it, right? Okay, here's the next one. Just take that off. What were originally used as the first jack-o'-lanterns? Vesper, I'm going to show your comment, although they probably saw it, but yeah, I'm like that too. I'm like, woof, what have I done? Any guesses? Any guesses? Okay, Vesper says pumpkins. Any others? Dried gorge. Oh, I see your right answer. I see your right answer, Mrs. S. She's Googling. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, 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 kidding. But yeah, that's true. I may not remember all of yesterday, but yeah, ask me something. And it's sad because it's how my dad is, but he may not remember from 10 minutes ago. Turnips. Ding, 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 ding. Is that what a dry gorge is? Is that how you pronounce it? Oh, Elaine. Ding, 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 ding. Chicken feed. Well, they did do some, but yeah. Potatoes? Okay, next. Let me take this answer. Now, this will be pretty cool. What year will have the next Halloween with a full moon? Anna, you are too funny. Too funny, my friend. Too funny. What year will have the next full moon? Now, everybody's Googling on this one. Excuse me. Ready for the answer? Ready for the answer? Ready for the answer? No, it's not 2025. You're a little bit off. Oh, that was such a good song. 3090, my final answer, huh? Thank y'all for playing along. Thank y'all so much. I don't want to be boring you. Hey, brother of a certain age, how are you? Welcome. You're just on the tail end of some trivia questions that I had. Here's the year 2039. Everybody prepare now, write it on your calendars. That's when there will be a full moon on Halloween. If that means anything to anybody out there, okay. For some, it does. It's going to be a lot of energy, put it that way, because full moons do generate a lot of energy. Get those intentions together. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, my goodness. I was hoping it would stump some, if not all. You were very close. Yes, you were you were very close. But hey, there's no losers in this game, so it's all just for fun, right? All right, I saw this. It's really not to do with Halloween, but I just thought it was funny and that it's a good educational tool. So I just want to put this up. So hopefully it says things Black people take seriously. Our checks, knowing who are all over there. So, you call, if you're Black, you understand this list. Who did the body? Spades. Who made the potato or mac and cheese? People, when they start running, when they take off running. Drinking, eating after people. Splitting poles. Not putting purse on the floor. Now, this one you may not get, but Big Luther versus Skinny Luther. And the Luther that it's talking about is Luther Vandross. And for me, it doesn't matter if it's big or skinny. I love Luther. Period. Okay. Not cutting a baby's hair before 1. Sitting, facing the door, exit. I'm big on that. Not calling elders by their first name. It was Miss so and so. Usually by the last name, it depended, but yeah. Sweeping near your table. Now, if you're sweeping near, yeah, if you're in a restaurant, please don't come over there when I have food or, yeah, you get it. Being offered a bag after a purchase. This usually ticks me off, but I don't understand if I'm buying some items, why? It depends on if it's like a convenience store. So, like you're at a gas station, usually, can I have a bag, please? Like, it should be given. Speaking when you enter a room. Street clothes on the bed. Not responding to being called with, what? Yeah. So if your mother or grandmother or whomever called you, you did not say what. You were asking for some serious trouble. And not eating the food at potlucks. Yeah, that's me to this day. So I thought that was just a funny list. Let me try to find where the list. Oh, Mrs. You were looking for the exit. You're like, oh my God, what's going on? I gotta go. Yes. You ah, woo, don't be in some space or location where there's more than 5 people and people take off running. Yeah, we're out. Don't even ask questions, just start running. So, oh well, thank you. Uh, can you imagine? Mm, exactly. You think Skinny Luther was best? I just think Luther. Seeing him live in concert was an experience, and I would go every year when I finally became aware of Luther, but I would go every year, and then I took my mother one year, so she would understand what it was like to see him live and his music, and yeah. And I couldn't tell you if it was Skinny Luther or Big Luther. It was just Luther. Oh, and there go notifications. Let me see how much longer. Oh, I got a little bit of time on my music. I didn't want to run out. It's almost like my marker. Spades. It's funny. I can play it, but I don't sit down with like my husband and his cousins and or sister and all no, because people are serious about it, and I don't play it that often. So yeah. Well, nowadays they take out their phones. Yes, yes, they do. They got to catch the footage. I'm trying to go the opposite direction and get away. So yeah. Mm. Well, I'll just say this. It wasn't like a wooden spoon or anything. She had my grandfather's old leather belt, and I'll just leave it at that. Or there was this um, exercise rope that she had that was like really thick plastic. Yeah. Being younger back in them days, different time, that's for sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Hold the door. And it irks me even to this day that if I'm walking up to a door, I don't care male, female, but probably more so male, and you just let the door close. Like, who raised you? That's what I'm thinking in my mind. Who raised you? Now, what takes my heart away and makes me so happy is you'll see a little boy and they'll hold the door. Oh, you're being raised right. And I will tell them, thank you, you're being raised correctly. So, you've never played a game of spades? Well, I can say I've played. It's been a long time, but yeah, no. When families getting together, I will be a spectator because I don't play to their championship level. Yes, Luther, Luther, Luther. Hi, Diane. I think I even read your comment. I'm sorry. Didn't say hi. Woo! Please, people. Isn't it funny? They just had that look and you knew no matter where you were. Well, if you were raised in a similar situation. So if your mom, dad left you at aunts, uncles, or someone else's house, please don't have gotten in trouble and had to have gotten a beating there or spanking because when you got home, you knew it was going to be worse because you've embarrassed them that you had to be. The kids nowadays don't have a clue. They don't have a clue. But we all, for the most part, turned out well and healthy and all that fun stuff. My dad only hit me once, and I thought he had lost his mind. My mother was that one, and she worked 3 to 11, so she didn't get home till like 11:30 at night. Yeah, never wanted to. Startling. No, no, no. Didn't have anything like that. She kept it to just the belt, just the belt. Not the, yeah, no. That would have been extreme. It's true they can't. It's also has a lot to do with not only just the food prep, the environment that the food is prepped in also. Now, we all have those folks in our families and community that are less domestic, so to speak. So yeah, I don't want nothing from your home. Thank you so very much. Oh wow. Look at that. Yeah, it could be some gems if you're, not really searching. That's for a lot of people, or if they're just younger and played a lot. But yeah, usually the family gatherings when the cousins all come together, oh, they are talking much smack and they are not playing around. And there goes one of the dogs, and there goes the second dog. Not no, Penelope. Penelope. Okay, maybe she won't, but she probably will bark. So I apologize, everybody. 'Tis life when you're on a live and your dog is like, I hear something, and they see the neighbor in the neighbor's yard. So, they've got to do big things there. Oh, wow. Ain't that something? Whew. Mm. Now, don't, if, now, if I hold the door for somebody and they don't say thank you, I'll talk loud and I'll let them know I didn't appreciate that. At least have some manners. You could have at least said thank you. But now that takes the cake to actually be called the N word. I might have had to trip that old racist. See, that would have, yeah, that probably would have been one that would have broke me from holding the door, at least for men that look like him. So, hey, how are you? Well, thank you for liking and sharing. I appreciate that. Hi, hi, hi. There you go. Not everybody, Isn't that awful? Yeah, that old man might have been kissing the floor a little bit. Oops, you tripped. I'm sorry. That's just rough. Oh, and I will check you out as soon as I'm finished with this live. Um, Nicole's thoughts. Okay. Definitely will visit your home once I'm finished. Um, let's see. You can't win for losing, huh? Some would appreciate it and then others get upset. It's like, what? You just, yeah. And of course it would be the one that you don't get up that they would get you all crazy. But I've done that too. And maybe it's just a little biased, but I guess I think males should do it before a female does, offer their seat, or maybe that's just me. Oh, wow. I don't know about Penelope Pitstop, but yeah, Penelope is her name. And thankfully, she was quiet and went right back out the room. Yeah. My grandmother, and it's so funny. I don't even remember what she was fussing with me about, but she was standing like right there. She was mad. She said something, and I did this. Now, some of you will know. And she backhanded me so fast, I was stunned. And her hand actually caught a necklace that I had on and popped the necklace. But yeah, don't do certain things around those, the elders when I was a child or growing up. And I had to have been early teens, I will say, but I never did it again. And I knew better than to do that anyway. You don't, at any adult, that just was not what you would do. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. This sad, some things that society is so hooked on or trying to correct for other people, but yet it's like just, you know, manners they get lost in. I'm just saying, he fell, he lost his footing. Yeah, I need to, yeah. With buffets, I like to see that it has a lot of turnover as far as they're putting a lot of fresh stuff out there. And so, yeah, if stuff is sitting for a long time, no, 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 no. But seafood buffets, usually people are getting the stuff. Salads, I'm okay with, but if I see young children running around, and I've seen this happen, that they just reach in, and I know adults do this too, will pick veggies out and just start, yeah, I'm done. At that point, done, don't want it, no. But if we saw some of the kitchens, yeah, that would, of restaurants, that would take us out too. So I try not to think of that. I'm not going to get on that tangent now. Yeah, putting the purse on the floor. Now, my aunt used to get after me all the time about that, and I just didn't understand. I'm like, what? See, the thing is, don't chastise without explaining why. And I chuckle because then I think how religious people are, but yet you believe in the old wives' tales and all that stuff. So I see it in reverse now because if you look at, there's a picture. Somebody did a meme and they showed Beyonce had her purse on the floor. Oh, okay. Don't nobody come at me ever again about my purse being on the floor talking about it, it'll affect the monies because if Beyonce, oh, I'm just saying. Yes. You better understand who made and see, I don't eat potato salad that often. Um, especially, if you had a barbecue or something, then you need to have that stuff on ice in the refrigerator somewhere and just bring it out and yeah, if it's sitting too long, not doing it. Oh, wow. See? Yeah, that quiet, still voice, as they say, will get you straightened up real nice and in a hurry. So, what is this? Yep, that's true. I don't even know if they do that anymore. And it's just pretty, I guess it's sad to me, but maybe not. I don't know. Exactly, Dara. Oh wow, okay. Well, I wasn't able to do that at the table. I mean, we might have done it you get away from the table and you're sitting around, and then there's burping contests or whatever. Um, wasn't allowed to really. If they gave us something to drink, we had to eat our food before you were able to drink, because you would fill up on the liquid and not eat the food, which was your substance. So um, there's a lot of different things. Just growing up, I look back on and laugh. Not having children, my mother used to get so upset at dinner, like especially in the weekends if she wasn't working, that I would be gulping down my meal. Well, when you're in high school and you have 20 minutes lunch, but you've stood in line for 15 minutes of that, you have 5 minutes to eat. And so it took me a while to break out of that, um, eating so fast. But yeah. What is this with my grandmother? And you did something bad, she would open the Bible and start, okay, just spank you. I laugh even at the holidays, or if there's a large family gathering and you ask one of the uncles or somebody to pray, and I'll say it now, don't give us the sermon version. There's food and it needs to still be hot by the time. My family laughs at me, and I'm serious in a way. Don't be getting into them tangents. You can say thank the Lord and thank you God and all that, and still have hot food without us having to reheat everything because yeah, trying to bring down. Yeah, it is something, isn't it? And I find it fascinating that we all seem to know the same one. So yeah, hmm. Like I said, we have a lot more in common. No, 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 no. Yeah. I was going to say it would give some indication, but maybe not. I mean, please don't have a nasty bathroom in a restaurant. Jesus, that takes me all the way out. Let me try to get to the chat. I don't have anything major, but yeah, but the whole thing is she probably's always put her purse on the floor. I don't do it just from the standpoint of the dirt and maybe a bug or two or something. It's just the dirt and the germs and all. Blah. So it goes on my knee and that's where it stays. Besides, it could easily be like growing up in the New York area, but like New Jersey, you just knew you had to keep your purse on you. You didn't even put it on the back of a chair because you get into a conversation and somebody walk by, and if you're not leaning back on it, it'll be gone. Bye, Elaine. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful, wonderful lunch and dinner. Oh my, the cough drops, right? Hey, Michael's Adventure, how are you? Thanks for popping in. Michael's Adventure has a great channel too. Check it out. Uh-oh, somebody else is leaving. Yeah, see, that's the whole thing. It may not be clean. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, I don't mean to laugh, but that is just, why would she think because you made eye contact? Oh, because if you made eye contact, that usually meant you were the innocent one. Take care, Elaine. Thank you again. Anna, thank you for letting us know that. I mean, you can tell a person's home or how clean they are that if you walk in their front door and smell the bathroom at the front door, yeah, that's indications. But nevertheless, please hit thumbs up. Happy Halloween, everyone. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about some, and then I guess I'll let everybody go after this. Halloweenish movies, but mine was, I mentioned it before, Beautiful Things. I may do a review on it, but if you have not seen Beautiful Things, definitely check it out. Let me know what you think. It fits into this time of year. And I want to say that was the girl's birthday, but I probably am wrong with that. I need to look that up again. But oh, you all showing the love. Well, yes, that's true. You didn't just start digging into the food. Everybody, if you were at the table, everybody sat down. You had the prayer. That's why I said don't get into having some long sermon prayer. You had prayer. Um, as the children of the family, they weren't allowed to leave the table if there was still someone sitting there eating. And I was like the slow eater of the bunch. And my cousins would eat food off my plate just to be able to, she's done. And then they would be pardoned from the table. So, yes. Well, I appreciate you multitasking. I know everybody, has other things they got to do. So I appreciate this popping in and giving that thumbs up and just hanging out for a little bit. Yep, there you go. Nah, nah. That's good for a hotel, Anna. Especially like if you're visiting, like staying in a hotel, that might be good. Then again, you might run out of there screaming, especially if you put it on the check your bed. All right. Well, anybody going to check out any of the scary movies? I know they've had some, this is the last day. I guess they probably will go another week, but I know all month they've been showing all these different scary, crazy type things. And some I've thought of, maybe I'll do that as a review on Thursdays, but uh, yeah, a lot of us can probably relate to that, Anna. A lot of us can relate to that, but it's one thing. I mean, it's natural body function burping or the other, and it's just excusing yourself and kind of going on with life. But okay, Mrs. S. Yes, very similar. Very, very yes. Okay. All right, there you go. We had speaking of that particular topic. I know this is so crazy because it's not really Halloweenish, but this is just chit chat. We had a discussion at work one time in the office, and the three blacks, one of them me, were like, "Oh no, we don't sit on the bathrooms here in the office. Are you on the toilets? No, we don't sit on those toilets." And our one coworker who was not black looked at us like we're crazy. She was like, "Well, why not?" And so everybody's giving her why, and then she was like, "You can't catch anything from." We were just. It just. No, that was just our answer. No, no, and no. So I get it. Yeah, that. But Diane, it's just a matter of what you're taught about them. But I will say this: that as an adult and just doing some research and learning and etc., a Ouija board is not to be played with. Not as a child and not as an adult. Just don't do it. Carrying on. Twilight Zone. I'm hearing, I don't know if my dog, I think one of my dogs is either snoring. Let me see something. Yep, it's a snore. She's dreaming. I hear her. Just wanted to make sure it wasn't any issue I needed to run her outside on. Okay. Twilight Zone was cool. It just really made you think, and there's some that if those situations were to happen now, you wonder how people would react. I mean, there was one when people were so frightened of the bomb, like the Soviet Union at the time bombing us. Excuse me, and one of the neighbors had a bomb shelter, and yeah, it shows you, or they weren't sure who in the neighborhood was behind it all. Your mind can play tricks on you. Hey, Mike, how are you? Welcome. Yes, that's the original Twilight Zone. Yes, and I think they do their marathon like New Year's Eve, but it's pretty cool to catch the different ones. There's a message behind them, and it's just like, do you catch the message? Yeah. I mean, it's just things, not everything is a board game. And a Ouija board really shouldn't be played with unless you know what you're doing. I'm just saying. And I'm guessing this is recent. I don't remember that. But it is kind of sad. Woo! Lord of mercy. Bye, Rosa. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for coming, popping into the live, hanging out with us. Yeah, it is. When that came out, I was scared to death. Uh, it's just one of those, you mess with kids' minds, and that was at a time, and Girl Scouts and camping, and yeah. And then you go to sleep, and Freddy Krueger, and, dealing with the Mike Myers of the world. Yeah, it all gets you. It all gets you. Oh, Alfred Hitchcock was too much for you? He really played on the mind, but yeah. I look at the birds, and Psycho was one. Whoa, Nelly. After I saw it for the first time in an adult, it was one of those. Shower curtain had to be where I could see out, and yeah, for the longest I had one of those see-through shower curtains because yeah, it's kind of crazy. I'm gonna look that up. Wow. Okay. Well, quite a few. Was it Poltergeist that some of the actors, even one of the child actors on there, have passed away? So, I mean, some stuff. I'll have to. I know that there's quite a few. Like, I think it was the movie that Twilight Zone, the movie, where on the airplane. No, it wasn't. It was a Twilight Zone episode with on the airplane. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, and they all thought he was cuckoo birds, and he was trying to protect them. Yeah, Alfred Hitchcock was. Hmm. They did a movie on him, and yeah, he was a mess. I'm just I just can't anymore. The sequels, like, whew. Yes, you are now entering the Twilight Zone. Even that's what got you with the show and all that. Ah, yeah, Tales from just how you spelt it. Yes, that was There's another movie, and I want to say it has Chris Rock in it that I've seen the commercial for. That's coming on one of the channels or streaming services or something. So I don't know. Bye. You have a pleasant one also. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Oh, look at you. Okay, so I can easily find it. Okay. Thank you for that, Mrs. S. Wow. I thought it was only a few of them, but wow. Yeah. I know that the young girl in it when she thought I was like, "What?" So yeah. Mm, ain't that something? Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, given our ages and stuff, it was meant to do that. It was meant to scare you. But yeah, the Outer Limits. Oh, now see, I'll go way back. Some of you probably don't even know anything about this show, but it would be a hand that came out of a grave and it had 6 fingers. Creature feature. Yes. Okay. Is that the director? Brother, is that the director? Yeah, he's got that long, long, long name. I'm just gonna put some music back. Um, I can't even think of how to even pronounce his name, but I think that's what you're talking about. Some of his movies, yeah. Now, see, Mrs. S, I thought you were being serious because there's Tales from the Crypt, and then there's the one that, yeah, Tales from the Crypt. Yeah, then that must be the director. He's mess with your mind, which I guess that's what they want. But yeah, he just knew how. Alfred Hitchcock knew how to push buttons, and you see that in his movies. So, Captain Caveman. Okay, I have not heard of Captain Caveman. I usually like watching the whatchamacallit, the marathon. So yeah. Yeah, Dark Shadows. Okay, thank you. I'm trying to think of, did he do a movie? Well, I think he was the director of the movie. It was like, I don't want to say Pilgrim Time, but the people dressed that way and the woods. Maybe that's the name of it. I don't know. Anyway, you probably, if you're a fan of his, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, he did. Crazy. Well, you have to be, but the same thing could be said about Stephen King. If you look at Stephen King's movies, the mind that those movies came from, brilliant, but woo, scary. So, yeah, I think all of the great ones out there, the actors as well as, but just the directors and the writers, yeah, that, oof, yeesh. I had to go back up and look. Devil is one of my favorite. Okay. I might catch that one day. I don't know. Well, I used to think it was funny because he would do his cameos, but I mean a lot some of them, if you look at oh, I should be smacked on the back of my hand for this not remembering his name from the Marvel movies and stuff that would do the cameos, etc. So, that's it, The Village. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, no. Amityville Horrors. Yeah, some things, when it's like based on, that's what usually gets me, makes the hair stand up a little bit more, but yeah. So, Children of the Corn, yeah, it is. I didn't see that till I was much older. Some things you just, ooh, yeah, that red rum. Yeah. You know, I don't know if I'm over his movies, so to speak, because I'm just tired of the racial slurs a lot of times. So I just can't be so bothered with that one there. Quentin does good stuff, but still, it's just not needed. Well, yeah, but horror movies back in the day, even before color, a lot was left up to your imagination, and imaginations can really get you going. Thank you, Vesper. I'm coming to you, Stanley. Yes. Doing those cameos, yeah, I always laugh now when I see them. But Alfred Hitchcock was like that too. Stanley Kubrick. Who was behind, well, and it might not be, yeah, but what movies did he do? Stanley. Village of the Damned. Is that with children in it? I always try to remember these movies. Some of them run together. Yeah, the body invasion of the body snatchers. Woof. Even the one that Nicole Kidman's in was it gets you. But I think once you've seen the originals, you kind of get the premise and okay. But how things start. But the original invasion of the body snatchers is pretty wild. Pretty wild. Oh my gosh. But if you saw The Conjuring, Annabelle is in The Conjuring. And so to see the creation of Annabelle, I've seen different bits and pieces, but the doll itself, yeah, that would be enough to get you going. Yes, very true. You just wonder though, their mind. Ooh, yeah. The black and white is probably what made it more scarier because you could see some of the movies now or even the shows. I don't know. Something about the black and white. True, he was the creator of it, but I just laughed that he would do cameos. Hitchcock did cameos too. It's just because you're sitting like Venom, get to the end of it, and then it's like, hey, wait a minute, was that him? And especially once he passed it, I just laugh at him now, being in certain movies, and you see him pop up, and it's like, there he is. There's an old movie, and it was freaky and scary, where the women all became pregnant and they were eating like raw meat, and at the end they had their babies and they gathered and they were, yeah, I don't know the name of it, and I should know the name of it. I should have looked it up, but yeah. Mm, mm-mm. Children of the Corn was enough for me. It is quite interesting timeline wise. And you have like the room that they had, and they would have like an item from, I guess, each of their encounters, and it was just the one with the Annabelle. Yeah, that was just woo. Okay. I would be burning incense and having the door and double locked, triple locked, and all that stuff, and to have kids in your house, and that's the kind of stuff that you had. But yeah, Devil's Due. Okay, I guess that's the movie. Yeah, I'm getting hungry myself. I don't know what I'm gonna do for lunch. Yeah, but it's funny like that. You look at most movies or other type of sci-fi stuff, and it's like when their eyes go black, it's like, ooh, something's going on here. But I don't know why that bothers me a little bit. Really? You won't? If you're alone, you won't watch The Shining? Again, that mindset. See, I'm not one, yeah. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Hi there, Cheryl, Bella Cruz Vlogs. How are you? Thanks for popping in. Everybody, if you get a chance, check out her channel. Make a note of it and check it out. Yeah, that's true. Have a whole lot. You need your Palo Santo, you need your sage, you need to be burning a whole lot of incense. You need, yeah, it's just a lot of stuff. Yes, Mrs. S, the original fly was just woo, kind of creepy. You want the surround sound on 100 and the lights out. Yeah, okay. I think when I finally was able to see like aliens, because my mother had talked about that scene, and she actually had car keys in her hand, and when the thing busts through the chest, she like her hands flailed and her keys went like 4 rows in front of her. When I first saw that, I was standing in my living room, middle of the day, watching that because yeah, aliens was one. Whew. All right, now you all have made me hungry, and so I'm gonna be letting you go because I'm ready to eat. Linda Blair may be in the closet. It's funny, some of the actresses or actors got typecast, and she was one of them. After that, how do you, yeah, it's hard to do anything else, I guess, in that business. Too funny. Yep, turning the volume up and then just, I can't even imagine. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Everybody knows when the music changes, it's like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? But see, Anna will be able to handle Linda Blair, though. She'll just open her Bible and she'll do like the priest did. Oh my goodness. It's just too funny to think how some of the movies, even as adults, they can still, yeah, you'll hear a little noise. You know what gets me? It's not even, it's funny. I can probably handle most movies that I choose to watch, but like my dog, all of a sudden she'll start shaking and be looking towards, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, okay, if I can't see it, and I know nobody's in the house, but what is it that you're seeing? Yeah, it's cool. It's kind of, she was like that the other night, and I'm like, okay, that give me the creeps. You just don't want to know. You just want it to be over or whatever. Nah, 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 nah. No, 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 no. There you go. Oh yeah, the thing. It's good stuff. We had some good movies. I mean, a lot of it I wasn't allowed to see as when it came out and as a teenager or whatever. So once I was over the restrictive age, I could go and see. And then sometimes I'm like, yeah, no, I don't know why I would want to have seen this because it's well, and then it's not technically the devil's time. I'll just say that. It's kind of I've heard that too, but yeah, no. Allegedly, that's when the veil is thinner. Although they say that on Halloween too, so that's why you hear of a lot of different things happening. But nah, devil is man-made construct. That's just my belief. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your heads in. Yes. I mean, coming through. First of all, you came through the door with an axe. Okay, that's all. Red rum. Red rum. Yeah, they do. And so, I mean, I know it's happened. Like she'll hear when the fireworks are going off 4th of July, and she's like that. But yeah, she was like that, and I try to calm her. And I'm just like, whatever it is, it shouldn't be here. If it's frightening you, it's got to go. That type of stuff. So I don't start getting freaked out. But yeah, it's kind of unsettling when you're dogs. But yeah, don't play around here. Mm-mm. Now I'm gonna start digging out my incense and all that. Get it ready, get it prepared. I do appreciate you all for hanging out with me as I babble. Oh, really? I've seen some of the Chucky movies. They had a marathon on on the Sci-Fi channel, and I had to chuckle at the one when, this adult receives a package and then she opens the box and sees that there's this doll, and she's like, well, who would have ever sent this? And she picks the doll up. Like, I'm one that I would have closed the box back up, sealed it. Okay, postman, put it outside. I mean, she wound up throwing the doll out, but of course we all know once it went nighttime, he was going to get her back for that, but it still was like, yeah. You'd be drinking holy water. Oh my gosh. Hmm. That was such a good movie. It's crazy. That was such a good movie. The Omen. Yeah, now that one to get you. Hey, Bonnie Rose. Welcome. How are you? Well, I'm glad you stopped by. Happy Halloween. Thank you for the thumbs up. Everybody make a note of Bonnie Rose's name. That's her channel name. Check her out. Well, now because Chucky's wife, yes, Tiffany was in her mode at that moment, and we now like Tiffany as the mascot in the sense of all things, looking good. Oh my goodness. Well, now is the time to see them all because I'm sure they're all will be online or, well, not online, but on TV or on the streaming service. Flatliners was interesting. Yeah. That was so long ago that I saw. I don't know if I've sat through the whole thing, but just the premise of it, yeah. Um, be mindful of trying to cross over and then come back. Yeah. Never know. Never know what comes back with you. So I'm gonna go watch my beautiful things and try to stay in a less scary mood, but I'm just gonna yap for another. Let me see if I can find. Has anybody seen Beautiful Things, by the way? I'm curious. Oh, hey there. How are you? Love of the August. How are you? Jaws, huh? Yeah. Jaws kept a lot of us out of the ocean for a while after seeing it. And the slightest little bump against your ankle, you're like losing your mind. Oh, is that just me? Yeah. I think I walked on water the one time and I was on a cruise, but then, they have their stops and you go to the beach and a stingray, someone screamed stingray and you can see it going along I think I walked on water getting out of that ocean. I respect those things when I'm visiting their home. Yes, nature. Yep, a lot of people stayed off the beach and all. Vesper, you are correct. You are correct. I mean, it was beautiful once I was on the beach and you can see them, and it was just, but to hear it, and it was like, oh my gosh. And they're going about they're not paying attention, and it's just, no. Yeah. No, 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 no. So, oh, uh-oh, mod is modding, huh? What you do, Cookies? What did you do? Well, because that's what he would say. Aside from, bang zoom to the moon. Thank God they're used to the tourists, although some tourists are not used to seeing them. But yeah, it was beautiful, but walked on water. I just gave them their space. Oh, wow. That would kind of do it if you nearly drowned on the fear of water, etc. So I get that. I know a lot of people that despise the feel of sand. So it depends on sounds silly, the sand, because depending on the beach, some is very soft and other sand is more grainy. So, but I get you, just the feel of it on your feet. Hey, Karma 52, how are you? Oh, that's so nice. I appreciate it. Happy Halloween to you too. It's still quiet in my neighborhood, thankfully. Of course, they're gonna wait till it's dark out, I guess, but hopefully all the kids go elsewhere. I didn't get candy, but yeah, some of the beaches can be. It all depends. Oh, okay. Well, that's nice to know you're always listening. I'm glad you came out of the clouds and hung out with us a little bit. It's almost 2 hours, hopefully, if you've been here this whole time. You know, well, I like going on cruises because they're a lot of fun, but I always have what I call, I don't know, I have that motion sickness, and the only way I can explain it, you can feel the boat shimmying or moving, and when I come home, that's what I've for a week or two, I'll be taking Tylenol just to stop that feeling of the motion on the ocean, but just to stop that feeling. But I love cruising too and respect the amount of water that we are on. And I try not to think about it while on the ship, but I won't be cruising for a very, very long time because they still continue to have issues on these cruise ships with the virus that is spreading. I do, but not so country that there's no houses around me. But I am out in a more quieter area, so to speak. So, um, I mean, they were out last year, but there's like younger children next door. I'm not sure if they're home or not, but I'm just going to put a sign up. It's a little easier on my nerves. The dogs will be barking, of course. I'll be closing the blinds just so that the youngest dog is not losing her ish every time she sees somebody on the street, and they'll just go house to house. But if I put a sign up, they'll know not to. Sorry, no candy. In Vegas? Vegas has beaches? Okay. I will agree. Puerto Rico. Now for me, I've been to Hawaii, the black sand beach. They have green sand, pink. To see that is fascinating because, yeah, if you're on the East Coast and if you're in Jersey, where I grew up, I mean, I was at the shore. I was 20 minutes from the shore, and it's a different vibe. There's parts of South Carolina, it's a different vibe. Whew, yeah, jellyfish. Bye. Thank you for popping in and out. Ooh, have a great rest of your Halloween. I appreciate you being here. Hopefully, your workday is winding down. It's funny. I get this question a lot, but it's in my screen name. And I thought it was kind of obvious, but then I'm like, well, maybe it's not. But that might be a good thing. But yeah, North Carolina. I don't sound it because I wasn't born and raised here. But it's a good state. Oh, I got seasick. Now, my first cruise, I was 10. The next person in that what I would call age group was 17, and then everybody else was adults. And yeah, it just was not fun. Older than I got to enjoy, but they had a storm one night, and people were out on the dance floor, and with the way the boat was rocking, they were like leaning one way, and then they would lean back the other way. Yeah, but I had it. I've had it. Seasickness is not fun. Once you're on solid land, that's like the best. You want to get out and just kiss the ground. Ah, Bermuda. Mm. And yes, Vesper. Uh, what is it? There's a section on the other side of the strip. I've never been to Vegas. I want to go one day, maybe. I don't know. But yeah. Oh, that's okay, Vesper. It's still early yet. Hi, Night Star Beauty. How are you? Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Everybody, check out Night Star Beauty's channel. Make a note of it, especially if you like makeup and makeup reviews and to see tutorials. Yes, she's got you. Church Nellie might be in church. I don't know. She's been quiet. Did she leave? She might have snuck out on us. That's okay too. Oh, I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I had one cruise where my friend and I took this cruise. It was Carnival, so party ship. But our cabin was down by the engine. Ne'er again. At that point, I was like, nope, 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 nope. So the times that I have cruised since, we are above that. So, you either have what a porthole is called, or I've been where we have a balcony. I prefer the ones with the balcony. If I have to get up and go, Jesus have mercy. But I don't like to sit out there unless we're in port. Now that's the funniest part, huh? Oh, it's Monday morning. Wow, the time. Oh, yeah, she's in Aussie So, wow, that's so cool. All the way around the world. Well, happy Monday morning to you. Wow. All right, bye, Sylvia. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out for a while and a fun little live, I do think, if I say so myself. Yeah, I can imagine. College students. I would have had a ball. A ball. I love to travel with Wave. That's another great channel to check out. Happy Sunday to you. Oh, you're in New Zealand. Oh, my bad, my bad. I like to get the countries right, but still New Zealand. Wow, that's just around the world. Yeah, I balcony is good. So you can open the door at night, the sliding door, and at least have a breeze if the ship is moving at night and that type of stuff. Not that I would be hanging out on it at night or trying to crawl across balconies that I've seen some people do and then they wind up falling off ships, but I'm too old anyway. But Anna? Anna. Okay. Ooh. Olive Garden. That's interesting. I need to see what I'm probably going to get fried oysters for lunch, dinner. Get my dad some fried shrimp. hmm Well, but thankfully that you have a job. Love to travel. I saw your live earlier. Yeah. I don't think of when I have had to work on weekends. Yeah. There's a day, everybody needs a day just to like chill or just do whatever. And although Night Star Beauty it's already Monday morning there, so she's already been through. Bye, Pat. Thanks again for coming in. Enjoy the rest of your day. Yes, I need to let people go so that they can do their thing for Halloween. Get ready for the trick-or-treaters if you have that. Ooh, fettuccine Alfredo. Maybe that's something I'll look to see if DoorDash. Bye. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate the support. There was another YouTuber years ago that I watched because it was part of the fertility stuff. Um, that was in New Zealand, and she would show us some of the countryside and scenery and stuff. It was really, really. But oh, okay. So you're no longer, what do they call it? Green something when you're on a boat for the first time and not get sick and all that other stuff. You've never been on a cruise? It's something. I mean, I have to say, my mother did wonders with me. and I guess that's the only child thing, but traveling and having been on a cruise and St. Thomas, which is what myself and Love also have in common. So just to find out that she grew up there and all that stuff. So it's just, yeah, the world is big, but then it's small in some aspects too. Cruising is great. Now, I will suggest, Diane, if you've never been on a cruise, so try to lose about 10 to 15 pounds before you go on a cruise. Just try to lose about 10 to 15 pounds because there's food just 24 hours a day on a cruise. Food, midnight buffet. You wonder, like, we just had dinner hours ago, but there you are eating again. And, they have buffets. So if you're adverse to that, I mean, you can have your sit down and order off the menu, but yeah. Fried oysters are very delicious. Fried oysters, even fried clams, they're good. Yes. Wow, really? 16 hours. Yipes. Okay. Well, at least you hung out with us a little while. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that's hung out with me from the beginning. I really appreciate. Oh, yes, the booze cruises. Mm-hmm. Yep. I think they do have those in. Do they have those in the Caribbean? Trying to think. I think so. But yeah, those could be fun. Just stay away from the edge if you do too much boozing while you're cruising, so you don't. Yes, there's food on the upper decks by the pools, and yeah, there's just food everywhere. So yeah, it's great memories. I look back and you know, first time I went to St. Thomas, I was 5 years old. My mother was going as a retreat just to heal a little bit, heart and all that stuff. But for me, it was just, it exposed me to another part of the world in a sense. But we had friends there and we used to go back every year for my birthday. So St. Thomas holds a special place for me. But we did cruises and she was part of a union and they had their international convention in Hawaii one year, and paid like 200, maybe $230 for an airplane ticket round trip from. We flew out of Philadelphia and flew to Hawaii, and it was yeah. That's that time I watched the movie Coming Back when I watched the movie Deep Impact and lost my mind crying. Oh, look at that. Oh wow. At least it's open now. That's pretty cool. But it's not even, it's funny. Okay, so those that have cruised, you can sit down and you can order from the menu and say it's the lobster tail. And you're like, I'm still hungry. Can I get another? Sure. And they bring you another one. You could sit there and just gorge. Or if there was another plate that you wanted to try, sure, they'll bring it. There's entertainment. Cruising is fun. I right now personally would not go on one. Um, yeah. Fellow man sometimes is not as kind to us and looking out for us versus themselves. So I need the virus to get control and stopped before I could really enjoy one again. But I would probably have no problem walking around with a mask. I mean, I walk around with masks now. You all know how I am. Ooh, yeah. And that's so cool. I know that was some jerk chicken. Ooh, yeah, the spice. Mm-mm, 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 mm. See, that's pretty cool. Um, to have those, yeah. I even like just the captain's night when you would dress up, and if you wanted a picture, you get a picture with the captain or whatever, and or the crew, and yeah. But it's fun. Even on regular cruise, you don't even have to go on a booze cruise, but you can, yeah, you can live it up, let me tell you. There you go. There you go. All right, you all. It is, if you're on the East Coast, it's like lunchtime, dinner time, depending on how you eat on a Sunday. Of course, it's morning where Night Star Beauty is. And it might be for other people that were in here. And I know it's getting late, especially if you're like UK wise and all that. So probably dinner time over there. So I've not been to Alaska. I wouldn't mind going. And yeah, yeah, that's the whole thing. Whale watching would be awesome. Oh my goodness. I don't know if he would even admit that. Probably not. There comes a point in time in your life you realize that you're no longer in your early 20s and you can't be doing the stuff that you used to do back then, which is go party, clubbing all night and then get up and go to work, maybe get an hour nap if you were lucky. Yeah. Okay. All right, everyone. I appreciate each and every one of you, especially those that have hung out with me over these 2 hours. Hopefully you enjoyed the little trivia that I had. If you joined recently and missed any parts, feel free to go back and watch replay. Um, just easygoing laughter and chat with the little tunes in the background. And I hope everyone will be safe, stay safe. Yes, be well, wear your mask. Everyone, wear your mask. And yes, stay hydrated. If you're out on the road, be safe. Not only drive for yourself, drive for the other person. And yes, no bad energy, everybody. Thank you, Beverly. I appreciate you. And we will be connecting soon. I see Anna's name pop up and I go to look and I'm like, why did I do that? Because she's going to make me holler. You are a mess. I probably could, Diane. It'd probably just be me and you in here, and hey, that's good too. But yeah, no, I need to get lunch together, figure out what I'm gonna do, so my dad doesn't start. I'm sure his stomach's growling, and I know mine is starting to growl because I have not eaten anything all day. But again, thank you all, and we will be seeing each other soon. So I know I have my upload for Insecure Monday. So if anyone is watching that show, don't want spoilers, I hope you'll come back on Tuesday to watch it. um, but I have enjoyed each and every one of you. Have a wonderful day, evening, night, and a wonderful morning there, Night Star Beauty. I appreciate you coming into the live. And I bid you farewell. Take care, everybody. Bye.